Hi, I'm Slack, this is Tony and welcome to Smog Vlog. Today we're going to be reviewing the Sigelei 213. Alright, welcome back. So like we said, Sigelei 213, I'm going to be handing over to Tony to do most of the talking because I'm just loading into Pokemon and for a couple of other reasons. So I probably will chime in occasionally, but for now just pretend like I'm not here. Tony?
Yeah, that whole chiming in thing, that's just to correct me where...
You fuck up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks.
It's alright.
Okay guys, over to the Sigelei 213. This is only going to be a mini review because everyone has already reviewed this sort of thing already. Not only that, but Sigelei have also superseded it with the Fukai.
I think that's Chinese for fuck you, is my guess.
It kind of falls in line and it definitely feels like that. So when these came up for pre-order, they had the gold edition and the gunmetal edition. Slack loved the gold edition. I really fell in love with the gunmetal edition.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that gold one, I was like, that is a sexy looking mod. Fuck, it's by Sigelei. I was like, oh, do I buy it? Don't know, but I don't know. And in the time it took me to make my mind up, Tony saw the carbon fibre one and was like, yep, mine, drink.
So yeah, and in line with that, I'd never actually bought a Sigelei mod before, and Slack had reservations about Sigelei's
existence.
Sigelei's chips that they use in their mods. How delivery just all over the place, and
we'll probably go into that later once I've caught some good Pokemon.
This is only going to be a mini review. So anyway, on that cliffhanger, let's dive down for a quick unboxing. Alright, you beautiful bastards, here we are with another unboxing of the Sigelei 213. Quick tour around the box is Vape It, Love It, which, yeah, I'll decide that, Sigelei, not you. Here on this side we've got a hologram with, I don't know, maybe a scratch and sniff. I will be scratching it later just to find out. QR code on the back, 18 plus only for you little kiddlywinks out there. On the back we've got temperature control, sales spiel about what it does, not suitable for persons under 18, and not a lot else. Designed at San Jose, California, made in China. Because we're all about maximising profit. Right, we've only got a little boy today, so we'll get right into him. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's a rather naughty feeling box. I fear for the review I might be rubbing this on my face. So, there's a little outline of the device on the box underneath. Undo the box, nothing in there. Lots of wordy stuff. Alright, let's go through the wordy stuff first. Oh my Gideon. Holy shit. Oh crap. Slack, you've got some reading to do. I ain't touching that. The instruction of Sigelei. There's a whole manual on how to do the security code. So it is a scratch and sniff. Yeah, right. Warranty card. Let's see how wordy this is. Bloody hell, they love it. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, that's in a different language, that's not so bad. Alright, chuck that to one side. I'm bored of it already. What is this? Is this a USB cable? Which should in theory only be a data cable. But we've been surprised before by these things. Yeah, fairly cheap USB cable. Very short as well, there's nothing to that. Look at that. That is the size of the cable. All about maximising profits there, Sigelei. Nice. Right, get that out of the way. God, it looks good. Box is empty, and here we are. Oh, it's nice. Now, obviously, this came in the brushed metal, which I'm all about, but they also came in the gold colour as well. I think there was some stock availability issues with the gold version, but the gunmetal was quite recently on offer, so I managed to pick it up. Okay, here we are with a couple of LGs. Quite nice split hinge on there. It just sort of moves to lock in. Different, I haven't seen that before, I don't think. It's quite early in the morning, so you know, you'll have to bear with me. Right, plus side, negative. Actually, let's look down there, see if they do like, no they don't. See, that should be, it should be mandatory that all manufacturers put down here plus and minus. I like it. It's fairly stiff. Those batteries are really close together as well. It's another thing that drew me to buying this. Oh, there we go. Bosh, straight in. Okay, I've just stuck Raphael on there just to stabilise the display a bit. The ramp up and down is quick, but there is no speeding up. It just seems to scroll through really quickly, which is alright for getting from one end to the other quite quickly, but I don't know, fine tuning's not so bad. I think that's a good implementation of it. I don't know, we'll let you know in the review. Buttons are nice, clicky, responsive, no rattle to them, which is nice. There's a full display here telling you absolutely everything. I mean, you've got the resistance of your coil, voltage, amps, final delivery voltage is this side, individual voltage of both batteries, which is constantly changing. So the reporting of the batteries is actually, well, a lot. And you also get a percentage readout from your batteries as well, which is brilliant. And yeah, 100%. I've literally just pulled them off the charger. Okay, so that'll about do it for this unboxing video. Let's send you back over to those two arseholes on the sofa.
Yeah, so nice unboxing tone. Do some tech specs or something real quick, yeah?
Arsehole. Okay guys, very quickly for the tech specs, I don't know if we've got a screen overlay for this, so if we haven't, we'll have a pink elephant dancing across the screen for you. Tech specs, wattage range, 10 watt to 213 watt, temperature 100 to 300, voltage output is from 1 volt to 7.5 volt. Usual battery of modes that it supports, stainless steel, titanium, Ni200, TCR and TFR. And your resistance range is 0.1 to 3 ohm.
Yeah, interesting point on that. Even if you're running nickel, 0.1. So, you know, those people who've been running nickel for ages and like going really low, usually it's like 0.05, something like that for nickel. Mods go down to, not here guys, 0.1. So, yeah, there's that.
Black!
Yeah, so we're going to talk, we're not going to bother diving down mini reviews, we're not going to show you the button presses, but it's got a 3-click menu, 5 clicks to lock it, it's that sort of thing. Go on to talk about the button quality itself. So you've got this plus and minus on the side here, and a really nice action on the go button. I think interesting placement. The buttons look kind of cool, and yeah, it looks good on you know, on the pictures. It looks good in the hand. It actually feels alright, works alright button wise.
Right, while Slack's busy with important work,
Yeah.
it's worth noting for the button quality, I'm just going to put this in button quality. I've had a few misfires on it.
Yeah, I've had a couple of sort of failed presses, but only a couple. And to be honest, I've been finding that a lot with a lot of mods lately. But yeah, this is not immune from it.
It's important to distinguish between misfires and the button and program, the chipboard behind actually fucking up. I took mental note of it when I was testing it on each fire to actually be pushing the button and then trying to inhale, and the times that it actually fucked up, my finger was squarely on the button. It wasn't like I was off to one side or anything, or you know, fucking up pushing the button. It was actually the chip fucking up, which pisses me off.
510 connector on this is pretty decent. It's got like a nice flat top where everything screws down nicely on it. You know, it's good. You know, you've got the metal top and bottom aluminium, and yeah, it works well.
Slack temperature control.
Yeah, it's got temperature control. Actually, I like on paper. I really like what they've done with temp control on here. It's almost equivalent to the DNA200 chipset, and the customizable options in there. You can sort of pre-punch You've got your wattage that's adjustable within it. You've got adjustable TCR, so if you're not happy with the performance of the wires, you've got the TVR to drive really fast. You've got the TFR, and it's got loads and loads of stuff. Doesn't work very well though, so kind of lets it down. If you're a nickel, temp control vapor, you probably won't like the fact that you've got to build above 0.1 ohms because that's quite a lot of nickel. Some people might, that's fine, but we're kind of used to lower. I've already said that, and this is a short review. Shut up, Slack. But yeah, out the box you can do the big three, and you've got that adjustable TCR. I don't feel that this is a particularly accurate. The readings of it, the temperatures of it are not particularly accurate. But again, you can fuck about with the TCR and just sort of tweak it so you get it how you like it.
Okay, so while someone goes rooting around for his Pikachu, let's talk about portability, size and weight. I fucking loved the whole process of nearly getting this. Just before it arrived at the door, I fucking loved all of that. The excitement of waiting for it, the looking at it on the fucking screen thinking, shit, this is a sexy motherfucker, I can't wait to have this bastard in my hand. It gets here and wait for the cons. There's a big section. What? Go on.
No, I quite like the look of it. I quite like the feel of it. I quite like the feel of it in the hand. The size of it is good for a dual 18650. It is a good size. It's not too big. It's not too heavy. Yet it feels solid. So it's not bad. I don't think in terms of that sort of portability and weight. Though obviously there's other contenders out there that are even smaller, like the iJoy Solo and stuff like that.
So yeah, moving on, or trying to remember where the hell I was going with that when someone didn't find his Pikachu. Size, portability and weight. I think from memory, I did this a few weeks ago, the comparison video up close of this versus the Cuboid, and I think this is actually smaller than the Cuboid.
Yeah, it will be shorter.
It's fucking lovely. In the hand, it feels fucking great. Portability sort of wise, that is brilliant. I mean, we've got the Crown later on here, so Crown is a fairly big tank, but you put a nice sized tank on here. This is a fucking all day mod.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Weight wise, we didn't put it on scales, did we?
No.
In the hand, one in the hand, two in the bush. It's not bad. It's not. Did you want to feel the weight?
You've been feeling it.
You've just been touching it out.
I have.
Very quickly. Next up, battery life. Not great.
Yeah, we're going to save it for the con section because there's some stuff we would like to cover off.
We have feelings.
And while we're talking about batteries, one of my bugbears is always the battery cover. On this, it's brilliant. I love it. The battery cover stays together, clips, hinges, works really well. It's a good design, and yeah, 10 out of 10 really.
Next up for you guys is style. Very quickly, I love it.
I love it. I mean, just like I say, it's got the choice between like the gold and the carbon fibre is brilliant because they are so opposite ends of the spectrum. I love the gold, Tony loves the carbon fibre, and yeah, it's kind of something for everyone with those styling options available. And yeah, it just looks really good. It looks really slick and sexy. Right, is there a section for style over substance? Never mind. Moving on.
Okay guys, next up very quickly, the warranty. According to the documentation in the box, it's a 90-day warranty, limited warranty, so you break it, you bought it. They do have service centres around the world according to the documentation in the box, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh!
Yep.
Okay guys, we've reached that special stage in the show once again where we sum up by way of pros and cons. Starting with the cons, so that we're finishing on those very limited pros. Very limited. But first up for the cons.
So first up on the cons list for me is got to be the firmware or lack thereof. So you buy the device and it is the firmware that it comes with, and that's it. It's got a USB port for charging only. No firmware update, no support of the device, which I think in this day and age it is poor show. This is not 2012 anymore, 2013. We're in 2016 now. We're living in the future. We're playing games on our phones, and it's come on, guys.
Okay, next up is the fact that it's been superseded already, and you know, when we're recording this is already a long time after I initially bought it. So I pre-ordered it, took delivery of it. Within that month, Sigelei put out information saying, no, this device has been superseded. We're getting rid of that one. We're introducing this cheaper device that fixes all the problems. Thanks, Sigelei.
Yeah, in the business, I believe that's what they call a dick move.
Next up, very quickly, is the battery reporting on the device is too stringent. The levels of the two individual batteries, if the charge of the two individual batteries is too much different from each other, you obviously get an imbalance alert and the device won't fire. That happens way too much with this device. Because the reporting is too stringent.
Yeah, I don't know that it's just the reporting. I think it is just the way the device works. It's just massively inefficient with its power, which is going to be one of my cons. But yeah, this is the only device, dual 18 650 device, regulated device, where I've ever had an imbalance of batteries. You know, occasionally they will go like 0.1 volts out or something really tiny. It's nothing, but on this it goes so far out that it stops working. And you stick them in a charger and you're like, fuck, what is this doing with my batteries? Why is it only this? I put exactly the same batteries in any other of my mods that are exactly the same, running it in the same power with the same devices, and it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. This is just poor.
Next up is the fact that it's not actually a 213 watt mod, it's actually only 155 watts. It probably just pulses up to 200, or makes it look like by fucking smoke and fucking mirrors. Bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest with you, because that's what we do. When I saw that gold Sigelei, I was like, fuck, that is sexy. I really want that. I looked at the spec on paper and I'm like, I really want this. But the reason I didn't buy it there and then, like for any money, because it looked so good and the spec was so good and all the functionality is just so cool. But because it was Sigelei, I'm like, every time I've been near a Sigelei, it's a pile of shit. You try 100 watts on any Sigelei and try 100 watts on like a Snowball or a DNA 200 or anything, and the Sigelei gets its arse handed to it every time. The power delivery has never been there on a Sigelei, and I just don't understand why. You know, it's good chips, but there's just something that is never right with them. And similarly, another thing that is common with Sigeleis is batteries not working. Like, when battery's not even half empty yet, it's not firing anymore because what the fuck? And so I thought, you know what, I'm not going. I was umming and ahhing about whether I should dive in and take a risk, because companies do change. Companies can change. Things get better. So I thought, yeah, maybe this is the one. It looks so good. It's an expensive mod. Maybe they have sorted out all their problems. But Tony jumped in first, so more for him.
Okay, the next thing that pissed me off for this review was the fact that DJLSB Vapes on YouTube put up his early review of it, and it wasn't favourable, but he did point out everything that everyone else has already been saying about it. And Sigelei didn't fucking like that at all, so much so that they threatened him with fucking lawyers. Not only threatened him with lawyers, but threatened to sue him, I mean, for a fucking YouTube review of a product that they've put out, and saying nothing that wasn't fucking true. I don't like dealing with companies that actually can't take it on the chin. And believe me, Sigelei, they fucking deserve taking it on the chin.
Yeah, so last, I think we better make this the last, otherwise it's going to be a really long video after all of just cons. Temperature control. Temperature control works, and if you're not a big TC user, it will certainly get you by. But it's not accurate, it's not great. Despite all the promises and all this cool functionality they've added in, it's just not great.
Okay guys, that's really not enough ragging on it, but we haven't got time because this is only going to be a mini review, so apparently we're going to talk about what it's got going for it now.
Yeah, so the first thing is the styling. It just looks amazing, it feels good in the hand, and you know, it's styled really well. 10 out of 10 for styling.
Next up is going to be the OLED screen. That is a fucking popping screen. That is one of the best screens that I've actually used. I'm well chuffed with that. It's just a pity what it's got sitting behind it.
And next up on the pros list is going to be styling. I mean, it's just a really sexy looking... No, wait, hang on. Oh, the price. I mean, it comes in at a really reasonable price, but oh no, it's really expensive. Wait, hang on.
There was another one.
It's a bit... Oh yeah. Comes with a silicone jobby, right? You know, like a condom, so no one knows you're actually using a Sigelei. That way you don't get stoned in public. Yay! Right, that's pros and cons done, so it's just time to sum up. Usually when we sum up, we like to sort of like show the positive things that we liked about the device and you know, sort of show our respect for it. You know, obviously every device has pros and cons, some more than others, but yeah, I'm just going to apologise for what happens next. Over to Tony.
Okay, so Sigelei made a beautiful device here that we were really looking forward to. Even when I told Slack about it, even though he had his good feelings and juicy stuff about the gold one, I said I was getting the gunmetal grey one, and he was like, okay, well, you know, it's still fundamentally the same thing, so that should be great. Then it turned up, and it all got fucked up completely beyond all recognition by Sigelei not delivering on what should have been a 213 watt device. And then fucking this up is a basic fundamental of the business. If you're going to deliver on something, deliver to the people what they want, what you say you're going to deliver on. If you don't do that, then you're lying to your customers. Okay, so Sigelei further fucked up, or fucked themselves up, by screwing up the temperature control calculations for this device. And then Sigelei decided to share all the screwing that they were doing with everyone else by not sorting it out with a firmware update for everyone, and effectively said fuck you to every single person that invested in this device from the beginning. Then, to top it all off, the company, Sigelei, had a handbags at dawn scenario with the reviewer that had the bollocks to put a review on YouTube, calling the company out, telling all these truths about what this product is, and Sigelei coming along and saying, stop telling everyone the truth, just lie to them. And it was like, fuck's sakes. Definitely full respect to that reviewer for keeping that video up online, even in light of Sigelei coming along with their handbags threatening to lawyer up and sue him. I mean, from a big company like that, it's shit.
Yeah, for me, the icing on the cake was the fact that they fixed all the problems, most of the problems, by releasing a cheaper model. That is, from Sigelei, a giant fuck you to us, the consumer, and you know, that does not leave a good taste in our mouth. For me personally, I've always had this experience with Sigelei products. There are people out there who love Sigelei. I guarantee you there's going to be comments in here, like when we mentioned that the Cleto was far from perfect. You know, we are going to get the haters hating, and you know, it's fine. If you like it, that's great. If it works for you, that is absolutely great. You know, it doesn't for us, and so be it. For me personally, the biggest shame of all this is that Asmodus have ditched Lysomo for making their Snowwolf products, and that's now gone to Sigelei. I have historically loved the Snowwolf products, they've been brilliant, and I'm not going to touch them now because it's Sigelei, you know, and it's a shame.
Okay guys, that about wraps it up for this review of the Sigelei 213, a review that both me and Slack were not looking forward to doing, and we're just happy that it's out of the way now. I've now got to spend a couple of hours editing it, but it's done, it's done. We hope you enjoy all of our other stuff, not necessarily this one, because, geez, who would?
Sometimes you just got to go through the motions, sorry guys.
You know, they always say a mother's got to love the child, but that's what sewers are invented for. We hope you enjoyed our other stuff. If you did, please like and subscribe and do all that good stuff for us, because it helps us out immensely. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, because we are quite
chatty. And if you've got any experience with the Sigelei 213 or any other devices, hit us up in the comments section below or find us on the social medias. But for now, guys, thanks for your patience. Thanks for watching Smog Vlog.
Thank you.
And welcome back. Like we said, really loud hit on that, isn't it?
That's what you get with VCMC.
Yeah.
We're really just ballparking everything because, like I said, what the fuck is that shit? They've really hit it out of the ballpark with this, haven't they?
Fakey ballpark.
Okay. Yeah, you checked yourself a vagina in for the station, yeah?
Yeah, I still got a penis and a girlfriend, thank you.
Sounds a little too well rehearsed. You seem to be been asked this quite a few times.
There's two types of people. People who play Pokemon and people who hate Pokemon and don't understand it.
That's not true. I don't give a shit either way.
Sounds like you do, because you just implied I had a vagina for playing it.
Yeah, I know, because it was funny.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You either fall like it's Marmite, one side or the other. There's not...
No. Doesn't interest me, but it doesn't mean I hate it.
So why has it made me grow a vagina then? If it's something you don't hate. See, look, it's about this, not about Pokemon. That isn't loading. We're still recording. And while we're talking about batteries...
What's
fucking Pidgey, I'm not interested in that.
Did your arsehole pucker up there when
No.
you thought there might be something?
No, because I know nothing in the pit. It vibrates when it appears. Why do you think I got it in my lap? Come on.
Oh, Pikachu! Ready?
Yep.
You all good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm all good.
It's
Don't
all
want
good,
it there. There's a rattler and two Pidgeys.
I don't care.
I do.
Oh god, this is getting my blood pressure going just reading that again. You know. It's so true, and I don't disagree with any of it.
Good. Good.